Hello, my name is Don Peace, and I am the President of the United School Employees of Pasco. I am here today to give you a brief overview of our recent negotiation settlements. As you should know by now, we recently settled our SRP negotiations with a salary increase of 3.25% to all SRPs, with additional monies going to some of our lower paid groups to raise them one level on the salary schedule. We also got some very good language provisions in safety and wellness, union rights, leaves of absence, and working conditions for our SRP. The school board voted this past Tuesday night to ratify the SRP contract pending the results of today's final ballot count at USEP, which we anticipate being favorable. This being said, should that happen, salary increases should show up in SRP pay stubs in late January, and the retro pay should be seen in mid to late February. More recently, this past Tuesday night, USEP and the district reached a settlement on the instructional side, which has been somewhat more contentious from the beginning. There have been many conversations with the district and board regarding the superintendent's proposal to have secondary teachers take on an additional period of work, give up their planning, and reduce allocations to fund salary increases for all employees. This president stated emphatically to the superintendent and school board that we would not consider giving up planning periods, nor would we negatively impugn any one sector of our population so that others may flourish. It has been stated repeatedly that we would seek a fair and equitable way to work this out for all employees. The settlement that was reached Tuesday evening provides a permanent salary increase of 3.25% to all instructional personnel retro to July 1 of 2019. 1.625% is a cost of living adjustment for all employees, and the remaining 1.625% goes to the pay for performance pay plan. Another major provision is that the district agreed to continue to maintain a fully funded employee benefits package at a cost of just over $7,000 per employee. There was much discussion regarding language and a 2-year contractual obligation, which would have had our secondary teachers teaching 6 periods in the 2021 school year. This president has stood firm in our position that we would not move forward on that proposal. Being a teacher myself, I understand the importance of what goes on during a teacher's planning period and would never willingly relinquish that right. Through our position, we were able to get the district to remove the 2nd-year requirement for secondary teachers to teach that 6th period. We also stood firm on our position that we would not entertain language that diminishes seniority in the involuntary transfer and reduction in force language. Ultimately, the district pulled the 2nd-year requirement language and the transfer language off the table, leaving us status quo in our transfer process and teachers teaching 5 of 6 periods. We do have a means for instructional personnel to voluntarily give up planning, teach a 6th class, and be paid for that currently in our contract. Our position is that we wanted that to remain a personal decision and not a mandate. Additionally, the district saw that we were not willing to diminish language regarding leaves, including FMLA leave, and also pulled that language off the table. We gained additional protection in language and process for employee safety and wellness, especially regarding threat assessments, and in one of the biggest language pieces garnered over the last 15 years of this organization, the teacher evaluation process is now spelled out and placed into contract language. This was a 2-year collaborative effort with the district. That result should provide for continuity in the process and take away the threat of year-to-year change in how the evaluation takes place. Only minor tweaks would change, and they would be monitored by both parties. Our grandfathered teachers will be getting the full 3.25% salary increase. Since going to a true percentage increase last year, we are ensuring some financial recognition for our longtime employees. In return for the district pulling the 6 of 6 proposal and the language pieces off the table, we did agree to reduce the ability to secure a contract waiver vote from 75% to 67%. This would allow willing work sites to explore alternative schedules should they choose to do so. There were also several MOUs signed, including some that provide for supplements, training, and exam fees for willing participants. You can call our office or see the summary if you need more information on those. Overall, we feel that we have taken giant strides forward in the conversation with the district and school board in relation to our stance on the working conditions of our employees. As the chief bargaining agent, this president takes seriously the role of advocating for all employees, both SRP and instructional. We hope that this information comes to you as good news, as we feel this was a very strong step forward for this organization. This president has worked very closely with district staff and the school board to make sure they understand our priorities, and as evidenced by this settlement, it appears that message has been received. USEP would like to thank both our SRP and instructional negotiating teams for all of their hard work behind the scenes and all of their conversation to help make this happen. I wanted to bring you all this news prior to the break, hoping that this helps relieve some stress and concern on your behalf and allows you to enjoy the time off with family and friends. This president and USEP wishes all of you the happiest of holidays. We will see you again in the new year.